Hey, welcome to Ambitious Black Girl, the podcast. On this podcast, I dive deep and choose to be vulnerable about experiences I've had while I journey through life. As an ambitious Black woman, I feel it's my purpose to use my voice to celebrate, liberate, and educate myself and others. From time to time, I'll invite friends and family to join me on topics ranging from race, mental health, self-care, and so much more. So for now, take a deep breath in, exhale, and join me in thoughtful conversation. This is Ambitious Black Girl, the podcast. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ambitious Black Girl, the podcast. This is your host, Tatiana Donaldson, educator and self-advocacy enthusiast. And it brings me so much joy to be sitting here and to be back with our community, with our sisterhood, because it's been a few weeks. And the journey has been real, y'all. So much has been happening. So much has been going on in our world, in my personal life. And I really just wanted to recap and share why I've been MIA from the Ambitious Black Girl community, along with a few new happenings that I'm looking forward to sharing with you all. So let's just get right into it. This is great. I'm excited. Okay, so let me backtrack a little bit. August was such a powerful and phenomenal month. There is truly something about the summer heat and being in the season of Leo that always ignites the pre-existing fire and ambition in me. You know, August felt full circle because it was just last year, August, that I took a leap of faith and publicly launched the Ambitious Black Girl community. So it was no coincidence that I woke up sometime in late July with what I felt like was a message from God. God insisted it was our moment to get on the Ambitious Black Girl marathon, you know. I felt like she whispered to me that I was ready to be a vessel and lend my voice again. And that I was in a place to create and celebrate, liberate and educate the ambitious Black girl way. I feel like I'm learning what it truly means to lean on my ancestors, God, the universe, my spirituality, and all of the divine and accessible resources that are afforded to me always. So when I got that message, I instantly listened to God. I listened to her and got right to it. And I feel like since then, we've just been together flowing. So I am a firm believer in balance and recalibrating when need be. And as we all know, 2020 has been a year for the books. While I am ambitious at heart, y'all, life has its way of throwing me curveballs here and there. And when I say here and there, I mean more often than usual, I feel like, this year. So last month, the same day I recorded Ambitious Black Girl, the podcast, episode 7, with the phenomenal Anya Nancy, Chadwick Boseman passed, and may God rest his soul. For me, it hit home and it punctured my heart in a way I became still. And it shook me in a way I just couldn't put into words, I was very hurt. I was just feeling that inside and I was saddened. And what I feel like really happened was I was so emotionally affected by Mr. Boseman passing, by the explosions happening in Lebanon, just by the racial injustices that continue to persist within our country, within our world. Just everything just hit me, it dawned on me, and it stifled my will to create and use my voice. So I really just needed to take a break and, be still, This has really been 2020. Many triumphs, many celebrations, but at the same time, much discomfort and hurt and injustice. And I feel like I am continuing to acknowledge my feelings and I'm permitting myself to feel and process them fully. So, yeah, part of me is just, I don't know, part of doing this is taking the necessary time to simply be easy on myself when I'm feeling overwhelmed, when I'm feeling deeply affected, and when I'm feeling very, I don't know, just like vulnerable and just hurt by everything. So I feel like there's only so much that one can take in and endure before experiencing exhaustion. And while life goes on, I am no longer going to beat myself up for being exhausted, whether it is mentally, physically, emotionally, or all three. Like, there's just so much happening. So I want to just be gentle with myself and acknowledge those happenings and acknowledge how the things that occur like affect me. Um so yeah, why have I been MIA? I've been MIA because I've been adjusting to my new life. Whereas there has been trials and tribulations and happenings like I spoke earlier about in this world, it really does bring me so much joy, so much just gratitude to share that I have willfully accepted the role as educator. Takes deep breath. Ah, I am a full-time English teacher to the youth of our future. And that feels great. Teacher Tatiana is now educating 3 different levels of kindergarten. And it's still like, it still hasn't really dawned on me the past 3 weeks, you know? All I can say is when I tell you God is good all the time, there's so much truth in that. I really mean that. I really feel that. So here I am engulfed in a new country, a new culture, just a new way of life, all without a job for 8 months, for the past 8 months. And now, before I know it, I'm in a full-fledged classroom educating. So yeah, there's definitely been some new adjustments. I am now working a 60-hour school week physically in the classroom. I'm volunteering as a youth mentor and organizer through the Skateboard Federation of Cambodia. I am balancing a partnership and, my many close and intimate relationships, including my family relationships. And I'm curating an online sanctuary and digital book club through Ambitious Black Girl. So yeah, my hands are full. But I must say, I am in no way, shape, or form surprised. And as I like to quote the late and great Nipsey Hussle, this is the effect of opportunity meeting preparation. You know what I mean? So while I have been on this marathon my entire life, and as of this past year, I feel like God and I have really been kicking things into drive. I've been putting in effort. I've been putting in the work. I'm not surprised by all of these blessings. And I will say I have been a student to the lessons of the universe, her wisdom, mothering, nurturing, and molding me into the being and the woman that I am at this very moment. I would like to say that I am a student at best, and I have accepted what it truly means to have patience and faith and trust in divine timing. The lessons and the obstacles that I have overcome during my marathon has really just prepared me for what has and is to come. And I feel good. I want to celebrate that. I want to voice it, and I want to share it with all of you. It is such a great feeling. I was just talking to my dad the other day, and I was just like, Daddy, it feels so good to know where I was a year ago, and to know that I had these dreams, these goals, and these aspirations. And yes, whereas like the past 12 months have been, we've had our ups and downs. I've had my ups and downs. I'm still so proud of myself, and it feels good that I'm still powering through, I'm pushing forward and I'm staying committed. I'm staying dedicated and I'm staying true to the vision. And yeah, like I just want to celebrate myself for that. And I want to feel good and also live in this moment. I think it's so easy for us to constantly be in these moments of despair and like hurt and all of the, just all of the emotions that life brings. But I also want to put joy at the forefront. And I want to put love and happiness at the forefront and gratitude at the forefront because those are the things that really keep me going. I know that life has its yin and yang, but I'm here to just say I feel really good about that. So I also want to be vulnerable with y'all and share that part of my preparation and acceptance of such responsibilities is to maintain and sustain these gifts and blessings, which has really led me to begin educating myself and researching what a healthy therapist looks like for me. So for the longest, I've talked about it. Anyone who really knows me, anyone who's super close to me knows that I'm constantly here and there bringing up how I need therapy, how I want therapy. And I'm here to say that, yeah, I've finally really taken the steps to embarking in this journey. And yeah, it also feels really good. So this week I have a few consultations with a few amazing therapists, and we'll just see how that goes. But again, y'all, 2020 has been real. And on top of everything that is happening in the world that directly and indirectly affects me, especially being a Black woman, and I'm sure it may even affect y'all, I find it important to invest in my well-being. Like, there are many ways to invest in oneself, and it doesn't always have to be financially. But as I continue to overcome the generational struggles that were bestowed upon me and my people, me and my family centuries ago, while I'm still freeing myself from mental bondage and fighting within to be the best version of myself, I do believe that therapy may be a healthy solution for me. So, I will definitely keep our community and sisterhood updated on my progress and journey, and I will be sure to share a few helpful resources in the episode notes for anyone that is wanting to explore therapy for themselves. But again, it feels really good and I'm really excited. And yeah, so two thumbs up to that. So yes, as I dive deep into these new and fulfilling roles, I want to exude the best version of myself. So yeah, September has been super life-changing and eye-opening to say the least. And I could even just say that overall for 2020. So I just wanted to leave y'all with a thought in mind, just a question. Against all odds, how are you going to make it out of, any holes or any setbacks that you've been cast in? Everyone goes through it. We go through our ups and downs. It happens to the best of us. It happens to all of us. And I just want to know, or I want you to at least entertain and, just question, how are you making it out of your struggles or your adversities or your obstacles? And yeah, it feels really good to be back. It feels really good just to open up and share what's been going on the past few weeks. I guess I really just want to say keep going, because what God and the universe has in store for you is beyond your wildest dreams. And again, y'all, I just want to thank you so much for joining me in reflection and in this unique episode of Ambitious Black Girl, the podcast. If this episode resonated with you and if you have any comments, questions, or feedback, please feel free to leave a review. As always, love, support, and feedback are appreciated on our end. So thank you in advance. And if you are new to Ambitious Black Girl, the podcast, and you enjoyed this weekly segment, please feel free to subscribe to the community. As always, y'all, I pray that you experience moments of self-love, peace, clarity, purpose, and eye-opening aha moments this upcoming week. I encourage y'all to keep pushing forward, keep pushing through, just keep going because the marathon continues, okay? Remember that, know that. I love you, I thank you, and until next week, thank you for tuning in to Ambitious Black Girl, the podcast. Bye!